Welcome to This Explainer. I am so incredibly excited to break down this topic today. We're going to look at exactly how the world's most successful people manage the exact same 24-hour clock that you and I share. I mean, it's a universal truth, right? We all share the same planet, the same sun, and literally the exact same amount of time in a single day. But the way that time is utilized, well, that creates completely different realities. So let's jump right in. I want you to consider a completely fair but maybe slightly uncomfortable question. Why is it that someone like Elon Musk gets 24 hours and uses them to send rockets into space, while someone else gets the exact same 24 hours but can't even cross off a basic to-do list? It's the exact same clock, but we see wildly different results. And the answer, as we found from really studying these top performers, has absolutely nothing to do with inherent talent. Zero to do with starting off with more money, and nothing to do with luck. It actually comes down to something much, much more intentional.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the 24-hour reality, the great equalizer.
Now, what's really interesting here is how these two completely different approaches to the exact same morning juxtapose. On the left side, at 5 a.m., the billionaire is already awake. They're reading, thinking, planning out the day. By 7 a.m., they're exercising, building up that energy. And by 9 a.m., they are fully locked in, tackling their hardest, most important task with zero distractions. Now, look at the right side. At 5 a.m., you might be actively negotiating with your alarm clock for just 5 more minutes of sleep. At 7 a.m., okay, you're finally awake, but you're instantly opening Instagram, doing some very important research on what complete strangers ate for breakfast. And by 9 a.m., you're checking WhatsApp, replying to group chats, and falling down a YouTube rabbit hole that somehow burns an entire hour. Now, hey, before you feel judged, let me reassure you. Even highly successful people were once in that exact same boat. Take Jack Ma, for example. Before his massive success, he was known as the great procrastinator. He was the absolute champion of the just one more video mindset. He didn't just fail in school, he consistently failed at time management too. The point here is, nobody is born superhuman. The real turning point isn't about figuring out how to magically work 25 hours a day. It's actually about shifting your mindset away from trying to be superhuman and instead making 3 very simple, concrete decisions. Step 1 is protecting your best hours. Step 2, minimizing wasted time. And step 3, starting today. Let's break down exactly how to execute these. Moving on to decision 1, not all hours are equal. Notice that tiny slice right there? The reality is, everyone only has about 2 or 3 golden hours in their day where their brain power is at its absolute peak. You are sharp, you are clear, you're creative, and everything just clicks. The rest of the day, honestly, you're probably a bit tired, foggy, or just moving slow. Highly successful people know exactly when those 2 to 3 peak hours happen, and they fiercely protect that small slice. I mean, they guard it like a mother protects her child. No meetings, no casual scrolling, no quick favors. That time is completely locked down. And that brings us to a rather uncomfortable truth. Most people give their worst hours to themselves and their best hours to everyone else. Just let that sink in for a second. Your boss gets your absolute best morning energy. Your smartphone gets your best evening attention. And what do your own personal dreams get? They get the leftover scraps at 10 p.m. when you are completely exhausted and can barely keep your eyes open. It's a romantic idea to build your empire late at night, but functionally, it's a terrible strategy. Okay, so decision 2, create instead of consume. So the crucial point is this: claiming you are just too busy to work on your goals is literally a mathematical impossibility if you look at your screen time and see 6 to 7 hours dedicated purely to consuming content. You aren't lacking time, You're just dedicating massive, massive portions of your day to distraction rather than your own future. Let's really contrast these two behaviors directly. On the consuming side, you've got scrolling, watching, complaining. And every single hour spent doing that is an hour you did not spend creating. Now, on the creating side, we have building, learning, and honing your skills. The difference in the long term is just stark. Consumers stay exactly the same, year after year. Creators, on the other hand, they grow every single year, without exception. Just look at this staggering number: 500. That is how many pages Warren Buffett reads every single day. 500 pages. Meanwhile, a lot of us can't even finish one chapter of a book we bought 6 months ago. Oh, you know the one. It's sitting on your shelf right now, silently and passive-aggressively judging you. And this brilliantly illustrates a key fact.
Reclaiming just one honest hour of creating and learning every day, instead of, say, scrolling on Instagram, can completely alter the trajectory of your life. 1 hour of real learning daily literally makes you smarter than 95% of the people around you in just 1 year. Imagine what your life could look like in 5 years. It's not magic, it's literally just 1 honest hour.
Which brings us to the most important point. Decision 3. Today decides your tomorrow. Successful people, they didn't wait until next year to get started. They didn't hold off until they had some kind of special knowledge, or the right connections, or until conditions were absolutely perfect. They just started acting like every single hour mattered today. They treated their time seriously long before anyone told them to, long before anyone was watching or counting or rewarding them for it. They understood that the hour sitting right in front of them was the only possible place to start.
Let's move to and see how this builds into taking action. The 30-day time challenge.
Here's a challenge I want to walk you through right now. Day 1 starts exactly when this explainer ends. Your mission is to find your best 2 hours of the day. As you move into week 2, your sole job is to protect them. Put those hours in a locked box specifically for your own growth. Nothing else is allowed in. Just give it 30 days, because by day 30, you're going to notice massive, almost unrecognizable progress. You've got to remember, Elon Musk didn't build Tesla in one afternoon. He started with 1 hour, and then another, and then another.
You have the exact same 24 hours you have always had. The question was never really about finding more hours in the day. The real question, and the challenge I'm going to leave you with today, is this. What are you doing with yours? Start using your 24 hours right now, like they actually matter. Because trust me, they do. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the